Hello, everyone. Welcome to my bold and the beautiful gossip channel. I hope you're all having an amazing day. Before we dive into today's content, make sure to hit that subscribe button and show some love by giving this video a thumbs up. Will drops in to see Bill with lunch. Bill prods him. Will drops mail on the table, and among the letters is another from Luna. Bill asks how his occupation is going. Will smiles that it's been astounding. As they eat, Bill comments on Will's little dog look all over. He knows that is not about design. In this way, it must be a delightful young lady. Will concedes there's a unique young lady in his life. Charge inquires, and she works at the Dress Homestead. Will moans, she works at Forrester. Bill inquires as to whether it's Pam. Will lets his angering father know that she goes by Electra. Electra Forrester. Bill inquires, you're dating a Forrester. In Forrester's plant office, Ivy tells Electra her gems is extremely exceptional. She says she's been hearing that a ton recently. Ivy gets it from Will Spencer. She's truly succumbing to that kid, right? Electra says folks like Will don't exist where she's from. He seems to be a celebrity. She's truly into him. Ivy believes he's similarly stricken with her. Electra simply trusts her past, doesn't demolish things. Electra Ivy B and B. In the fundamental office, Eric tells Edge and Steffi that he requested that they maintain his business with him. However, he's not happy with terminating trust. Edge reminds him her line was falling flat for a long time now. Eric says that is not what's going on with this. Trust's family has been there for a really long time. Steffi says she had no way out after what she did. Eric says she guarantees it was incidental. Steffi isn't getting it. In the first place, she played with Thomas, and presently she's focused on her better half. I simply feel frustrated about the following unfortunate person on Trust's radar. In Trust's lodge, she and Carter gripe about Steffi and Edge throwing her out. Carter promises he'll fight constantly for her. Trust inquires, yet how would we stop them? Carter shakes his head, however, at that point, a light goes off. Out of the thought. She inquires, what? He tells her, I know precisely the exact thing we will do. In the plant office, Ivy reminds Electra to zero in on tomfoolery and Will. Electra stresses over taking off and clutching an enormous mystery. Ivy tells her she doesn't have anything to be embarrassed about. Electra inquires, imagine a scenario where individuals get on. Ivy says they will not. Electra ponders, imagine a scenario where Will finds out. Will he feel the same way about me? Electra B and B. In the primary office, Zenda needs to make one more pitch for expectation for what's in store. Steffi lets him know it's not working out. It's no for what's in store. Zendy demands the spring assortment will be a hit. Edge lets him know it is anything but a reflection on him as an originator. Eric doesn't believe that he should get deterred. According to Steffi, this isn't you, it's expectation. At the lodge, Carter brings his satchel into Trust's place and opens it. He says Edge maintained that Hinge should zero in on his work and make another LLC for Forrester. Trust noticed that as an aspect of his responsibilities depiction. Carter affirms it. Trust believes it's charming how profoundly he thinks often about everything. She asks what the LLC has to do with anything. Carter says this could be the response to everything. Edge and Steffi put it directly in their grasp. They do not know. At Bill's place, he asks Will while he will meet his new young woman. Will says they're not dating. Bill gops, you hadn't taken her out yet. What are you sitting tight for? He offers to give him his MasterCard, the dark card, so she believes he's a hotshot. Will can perceive she's not dazzled by that sort of stuff. Bill says they all are. Will smiles that he needs to get to have a universal knowledge of Electra. In the plant office, Electra stresses that her mystery could adjust Will's perspective on her. He'll at no point ever see her the same way in the future. Ivy thoroughly considers she's overreacting nothing. Electra says it's not nothing. It's her life, her future. Ivy commitments to safeguard her. Electra inquires, consider the possibility that you can't. The gem's line is standing out. Consider the possibility that he sees it. Consider the possibility that he tracks down me. Electra Ivy B&B. In an undisclosed area, Electra's stalker checks out at her on his PC and grinds to himself. In the plant office, Edge and Steffi guarantee Zen that they'll track down a spot for him, yet trust done. Steffi would rather not hear her name once more. After Zinda documents out, Steffi says he'll be fine, thus will trust. Who will track down one more man to fixate on? At Bill's place, he goes through his mail and finds the new letter from Luna. Bill peruses that she's just permitted one letter a week and she's thinking of all to her. He's the one in particular who gets her and comprehends how experiencing childhood and disturbance can harm an individual. They've both done things they lament, which is the reason she thinks they reinforced. Those recollections are holding her back from flying off the handle in jail. She misses him, and expectations he misses her as well. She's never met anybody like him. Charged glimmers to telling her she'll continuously remain as a cherished memory to him. He snatches the lighter to set the note ablaze, yet can't do it. He balls it up and tosses it across the room. In prison, Luna sits on her bunk, resting against the wall, and thinks. Afterwards, she stands up and grinds. Will tracks down Electra in the plant office. He says he was at his father's place and filled him in regarding her. They kiss and grin at one another. Will tells her she's a brilliant smoocher. She tosses her arms around him. In his room, the stalker tells Electra's photograph on the PC, I'm coming to get you, Electra. In Trust Lodge, Carter tells her she's not finished at Forrester. She inquires, how? Carter shows her that the authentication that expresses the administration structure at the LLC. As such, who's in control? Trust muses, so anything that name writes down there responsible for Forrester manifestations. Carter tells her they never investigate these kind of records. He can simply fill it in, and they'll sign it. Trust recaps that whoever is the supervisor of the LLC runs Forrester manifestations. According to Carter, as long as they sign it. Indeed, Trust understands he's looking at taking over Forrester manifestations. According to she, Carter Walton, president, has a pleasant ring to it. He tells her, we could run it together. They kiss. Carter doesn't know he can mislead Edge and Eric like this. Trust says he's been the cerebrums behind the organization for such a long time. However, he's underestimated and undervalued, very much like the Logans. The Forresters underestimate him and are allowing Steffi to drive the organization into the ground. She would rather not witness that. No other person is gone to face them. In the event that this is an opportunity to turn everything around, perhaps they ought to take it. This could be it. This could be our opportunity. Let's get down to business. We'll do it together. Carter gets a pen and signs his name on the report.